聖なる夜に願いを込めて。この服すごいあったかい。メリークリスマス。聖夜を守らないとね。ささやかな贈り物受け取ってね。頑張っちゃおうかな。ふう、よいしょっと。それそれそれそれそれ、一級入魂。ファイナルファンタジーブレイブエクスビアス幻影戦争。プレゼントを渡すときは絶対に気づかれちゃダメ。
Alright, hello everybody and welcome to another video with me and you, the viewer. Now let's get some music going and start talking about the news tonight. Alright, so there you were, or there you have it, the sneak preview at the animations to do with our new Xmas unit here on JP. And we're going to discuss a few things tonight. Some news, some blues, some brews, and some global truths. So yes, JP is getting a brand new ice unit. So let's get the first thing out of the way that I've seen in the comment section. The idea that Shadowlynx is going to be a fire unit, which actually is pretty interesting and I think has a lot of possibility of actually happening. Normally when JP gets something that Global doesn't, you guys usually are getting an element that can counter it, kind of thing, especially if it's going to be a, you know, more important character. But one of the things I was actually thinking about as to why the new Global exclusive is probably a fire unit, besides the fact that everybody's been, you know, saying no fire units for the longest time, right? So Pizarro will more than likely be coming to Global very soon, provided that the Dragon Quest collaboration is still happening. I do believe it's kind of late at this point, but given the time of year that it is, it's quite busy for the gacha guys. So yeah, that could be a big reason why we haven't seen anything of the Dragon Quest yet, because it was in August in JP, so it should have been November, but here we are in December still waiting. Also, emulator crashed. Darn it. All right. So what else is there to talk about? I think that it's quite possible. Now, of course, there's always the chance that it doesn't end up this, and we end up having something entirely different, an entirely different element for Shadowlynx. But I think Shadowlynx will be shown off next week because we're just way too close to Xmas. This is the time to do it. And if a new fire-based unit was coming out, I think it would go a long way to convincing some hesitant globalers, partially because of some JP players, to be more like positive towards Pizarro. Like Pizarro, when he came out on JP, had very limited like aspects. And except for some maps giving some evasion bonuses to fire, it just wasn't quite there yet without Yuffie. But I think that if another fire unit came out around the same time, boy, would that make us all warm and toasty about fire units for the winter. So yeah, keeping in mind that it is a distinct possibility, it could just be another wind unit. All right. So that's not the only thing we're going to be talking about. We're also going to be talking tonight about a little bit of JP news, starting off with a Christmas-related event, which is kind of cool. Looks like you will be able to pick up some Christmas-y gifts. And look at that cute little Moogle there. I do believe that this is a... before I say it... double check, but I do believe it is a raid event. See if I can't find it. No, that's the one. Looking on the other screen here. Yeah, it's called a mini raid. So basically it goes from the 16th to the 25th. It ends on Christmas kind of thing, but it is said as being a mini raid, fighting the Holy Pudding Boss, and Winter Victoria will also be a boss in this event too, getting Christmas cards and getting the UR piece of equipment, the reindeer stuffed toy Moogle, which might actually just be the best thing that the game has introduced in a long time. So yeah, we're gonna show some love for that. But the Holy Pudding is a light-based boss. Week 2 slashing, piercing, striking, and shooting. So dark element, anybody? And as for Winter Victoria, she's a water unit, so she will be weak to strike and magic, so thunder. But probably any thunder-based team should do plenty fine here. Of course, lightning and cloud being some of the more probably just good enough units to just get through this. I mean, getting through slash resistance is not that difficult anymore. So yeah, mini raid going to be happening. Pretty cool. Google Play stuff, not really that important. As for some of the Xmas units here on JP are going to be getting a boost. All of the old ones will be getting their upgrade, the Dream Enhancement as well, and character quests for Xmas Luartha, as well as the implementation of 6-star arms for the Spine Blade, Gold Anklet, and Holy Lance. So fairly significant update. We'll have to take a look and see how good they are once they are out. By the way, I've not forgotten about the third batch of Dream Enhancements. That will be happening in the near future. All right, as for the logins, you can see that there is a fair amount of logins this time. Quite a few tickets for old units, potentially getting some old units. At this point, I don't think they're that valuable, but, you know, goomy gonna goomy kind of thing. As for the daily purchases, just a horn and some thing, toilet paper. All right. I was fine before I started recording this, and here I am coughing on camera. It hasn't gone away. Now, here's the big news. Raviesse has her banners and her pity, such as normal, but wouldn't you know it? Look at the 9-step, including 40 plus another 40 shards, all the regular bonuses, and step 9, another guaranteed unit, which I have to say, I am absolutely kind of surprised, but also not surprised. So here's a couple of things about this. First of all, Raviesse, you can guarantee her for 18k free on JP. That's pretty big. And it's not even feeling like that much of a trap at the moment. Of course, I am going to take a very sturdy look at Raviesse before I even remotely consider pulling here for a couple of reasons. One, Raviesse is coming out in the same way as Halloween Lucia, and Halloween Lucia, when she came out, was like, oh, look, Halloween Lucia, she's got this, and this. Isn't this nice? Yeah, all of these abilities are really cool. Love it, kind of thing, right? All of this looks really, really great. But then, shortly after, we got, you know, just a deluge of strong units, including Sephiroth and Yuffie in a collaboration. And again, next week we are probably going to get a collaboration announced. So it's probably not even really considering this unit, regardless of how powerful she is, until we see what next week's news is. But Ravi is being guaranteed for 18k. I really like this idea, especially if these units are quite strong. Again, Halloween Lucia was very strong and still is on JP. So, you know, this is interesting at the very least. I'm sure some globalers will be a little bit ticked off that once again JP gets this, but JP gets screwed so many ways, guys. It's not even, don't even worry about it. Globalers, you players are the favorites. We JP players get screwed really hard. It's not even a contest. Now, Continuing on, the Vision card will have the similar type of deals as before. Still think that the Vision card is looking pretty good right now, better potentially than the character. But, you know, it is just early on. Sephiroth, combined with a couple other units for Dark, actually have a really good use of that Vision card as well. So if you're an Ice or Dark player, this new Vision card is definitely looking quite juicy. All right, and so yeah, those are basically the banners. There will also be that. Scrolling through, we can see that there are gold banners for all of this, and that is basically the long post. Then we get into the banners for the older units. Here you can see one combining certain units as well. A pity for all of the old units, although I think, honestly, for old units at this point, kind of would be fair if it was just 1,000 tokens, because otherwise you just can't get the shards. It's not good enough, really, to go super hard on these anymore. I just don't think the value is quite there. Also, the Winter Vision cards, as you can see here, also featuring a step up with potential bonuses. And here, look at this. Another 9-step, another 18k with a guaranteed Xmas unit at the end, and 40 and 80 shards. So this one, if there's an old unit that you really like and are looking to increase, this one might actually be a pretty good deal, depending on how good the new unit is versus the old unit. And of course, there will be paid step-ups, guaranteeing some URs and coins on the way up if you are so inclined as to spend. Similar type 1 for the newer winter units. Honestly, at this point, having not seen the upgrades for the winter units, oh yes, and here's a step up to guaranteed a level 99 Xmas unit. Having not seen the actual upgrades that we're getting for the units this year, it's hard for me to be really excited. I think that the older units at this point are kind of just meme more than dream. And as for the newer units, while Winter Victoria and Benera have some fringe applications, they've kind of just been replaced by just better units across the board. Winter Luartha is the one that I'm the most interested in seeing, but does that mean that I am 100% thinking that she's worth it? No, absolutely not, and I would recommend wait and see first. We will also see a couple of gold banners, 2 gold banners as a matter of fact, which is really nice because normally these get all lumped into one. I still think there should be one for each, just, you know, because it's better for the players. But you can see the vision cards are all lumped together, but at least it breaks it up a little bit and helps people focus in on certain characters. So, you know, step in the right direction. Just need a few more steps. And other than that, some winter shops, some new winter unit shops, and of course the mini raid event shop. So yeah, all of this stuff coming to JP on Friday. We will do a live stream, of course, on JP. And then the very last live stream of the year should be next week. Now, I just want to take a second to talk about this. Now, traditionally, JP has a live stream roughly around the end of the year. Last year, it was in the week leading up to Christmas, because after Christmas happens, it's basically kind of a few work days here in Japan and then a lot of holidays, especially when New Year's happens. So, the last year, Persona launched 1 week before New Year's. We got Joker on the first day kind of thing, roughly around Christmas time when the collaboration launched. And then on the 31st/1st, that is when we got Astrius combined with Violet. And I expect the exact kind of same thing this year. I expect the announcement of a collaboration, a new collaboration, and an old collaboration. I'm betting on Nier and Tactics Ogre at this point in time. And I will also say that Nier will return, give bonuses to all the characters, but won't probably feature more than a single new character. But honestly, here's the bet. Ruinstern is going to happen on, or not Ruinstern, but I guess non-Ruinstern will be happening as our actual. Now, of course, this is all speculation until we see it, but I feel fairly confident now. It's just a matter of time waiting. So tell me, Globalers, how do you feel about seeing that Raviesse is another one of these 18k guaranteed units here on JP? How do you feel about the overall deals that we're looking at? And what are your bets for the collaboration at the end of the year? Coming close to the end of 2022. Begin. 3. See ya.